It's big ride day yet again. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit better. If you guys remember last time, I only had like 50 grams of carbs and I was riding for like 5 hours and like 35 miles. And so I'm trying to take some lessons learned from that, and I've already packed more food, more water, and I think I'm a little bit better prepared for it. So if you guys remember last time, I was literally just using like one bottle that had a carb mix in it. And so this time, especially because it's pretty warm outside, I am bringing a hydration pack with me, and this pack just has water in it. There's probably like just a little bit over 64 ounces of water in this. So I have a little like pocket in front of it that's gonna have, I made myself a little peanut butter and Nutella tortilla, which is like solid food in case I want to chew on some things. There's gonna be like fruit snacks and gummies in there as well. And then in terms of carb mix, I have the same situation that I had last time. It's my homemade mix that I did. But instead of having like 100 or 150 calories per bottle, this bottle is actually 400 calories. Sam's coming with me, so we made him a 200 calorie bottle, just because he's not going to be going quite as long. But I'm going to be on the same setup as I was last time with my Nuke Proof. You know, it's just a bike that you can put miles on. It's not like any bike that I use semi-regularly, so I don't really mind getting a bunch of miles on it and wearing down the tires. But yeah, let's go see how we feel today. Last time I felt great, but I think I'm gonna be more prepared nutrition-wise, so I should be able to get this done a little bit quicker and feel a little bit better at the end. So we'll see you guys out there.
$1 billion ass, $1 billion this. They already know, $1 billion this. Sit back, stack my residual, should've known. I blow like an inner tube, I got hate. On haters is pitiful, get a bug.
So Sam and I have a plan today. Sam said you wanted to go 20 miles?
I don't want to do 35.
He's reluctantly thinking 20.
That's all I know.
And when he said that this morning, I was like, yes. I think I'm gonna push for about 35. So we'll see. We pack nutrition for it. Like I said, we got plenty of water, snacks, and we'll see how we can hit it. We did ride 2 days at the park yesterday and the day before. So we're under a little bit of stress, which I prefer, you know, instead of just doing like one 60-day ride. That's pretty time prohibitive. So I was like, well, if we just were park, our muscles are tired, 35 should be really good to up that progressive overload. One of the things I thought was stupid before we moved here was like fire road climbs and fire road bombers. But now that I'm here, I understand why fire road bombers are so fun. All right, since Sam's going shorter, he chose to do a hot pace up the hill and have me catch up with him to just give me a little bit more work on the ups. And it's definitely work. I'm in the 150s heart rate right now, which I'm not super happy about, but I am over 10,000 feet, so I think I keep wanting to burn hot and see how my body responds to it, but I'm being a lot more prescriptive today by taking a mouthful of my carb mix. Remember, it's 400 calories in my bottle every 25 minutes. So we'll see if I could just keep my glycogen stores a little bit better this time. Let me perform better. I don't know if you can see Sam up there. I almost got him. We did basically a 10-mile ascent, which is pretty long. Like,
it was, yeah.
Yeah, like we were climbing for an hour 36.
My butt hurts.
Yeah, I think you learned a few things today, because this morning when we were getting ready, I actually switched out my seat, because the last time I really hated the like stock Nuke Proof seat that came on here because it was too narrow. So this one's a lot better. This is the Diva. And then while we were getting dressed, I was telling Sam, I was like, do you want to put a chamois on? Because we don't ever ride with chamois. but I've actually just started tossing them on like anything greater than like 32 miles. And I actually maybe feel a difference, but anyway, you didn't put one on and you're regretting it, right?
No, I am regretting. I don't like this seat.
You don't like the seat, yeah.
I'll take the new proof when I have it on both my other bikes.
Yeah. It's just funny because like we never really do these endurance-y type activities. So like we don't ever really think about things like seats. Like we know a lot about our pedals and our grips, but like we don't really have opinions on seats. And so when we do these types of rides, we're like, oh, I suddenly have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, I'm not buying a $500 3D printed one.
Yeah. You know who you are. We're not out buying a super expensive 3D printed seat. No one's taking booty pics of me too. I know the game. Also nutrition check. So I'm like, I don't know, almost halfway through this bottle. I'm gonna say like I did 150 calories of carbs up the hill, which I don't know, maybe that's good. I've got a lot more climbing ahead of me, but we're gonna do a really big descent right now. I did eat a pack of fruit snacks and I had a big chomp out of that tortilla, which is just a tortilla, crunchy peanut butter and Nutella. So that's like a very calorie dense snack, but it is dry. It's kind of gross, like to chew through it. So that's a nutrition check, an hour and 35 minutes in. I feel so dumb in a backpack. That's all I'm gonna say. I like refuse to wear a backpack. So when I have one on, I feel like a goober. All right, you know what's funny, guys? So on the climb up, Sam had like massive pedal bob. And I was like, bro, you should lock out your shop. And then I was like, oh, good luck if you remember to unlock it. I bet you 50 bucks he forgot to unlock it. My slow butt can catch up to him. I'm gonna ask him. Hey babe, how's your back end feel? No, feeling nice and plush, nice and full suspension.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
First thing I did when I got it.
I just lost 50 bucks to all my YouTube viewers.
No, why don't I get it?
Because we share bank accounts.
Yeah, but I want to buy some Legos.
Okay, fine. I retract my statements. I have to get the 50 bucks. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, babe. Ow, loud. Was that truly a renaturalization or did a tree just fall? Oh, nothing better than just ripping some single track after a grindy climb. Nothing to get your body back into it. Well, I hope everybody had a great weekend and is gonna have an awesome week ahead. I wanna know, since I've been training for some big endurance stuff, are you guys training for anything? Or are you guys just riding to have fun? I know for me, I can ride to have fun every day, but I always do like setting a goal, like a training goal or an event, just to keep me. Say it again? Yeah. But yeah, I like training for something. It, forces me to change up my riding. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any gears or a dropper post. I just have a park bike. So it's nice to put my fitness to the test. mild case of tendonitis in my right hand, actually. And it's a little bit from overuse. So of course, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take it very easy here. But I mean, descending any kind of trail is rough on your hands. So this might not be the smartest thing, but I guess I'll ice it later. Yo! Nice blow through, I guess. That was lucky, that worked.
Well,
You hit your pedal?
yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, lucky, dude. It's too late to do anything else.
No, but at least you didn't like blow a pedal or like, you know, get hung up. Yeah, that hurts when you get hung up like that. Riding like a bunch of crazies on something we've really only ridden once. This is a great piece of single track though. How was your big ride? Give us a post-ride report.
I'm alive. I'm fine. I'm ready to be done, but
Just mentally,
I feel fine.
mentally you're kind of like, yeah, I'm done riding.
I'm done, but
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Isn't it funny how we can ride for like 5 hours at the park, but then you do 2 hours and 45 minutes of like trail riding and you're like, yeah, that was good.
I know. I feel like we do more at Glorietta too, but that's just like sick descent, quick climb, sick descent, quick climb. It's different than just like an hour and a half grind.
Yeah, it was a
for an hour
big,
descent.
it's a big climb. You kind of have to just like settle in and like be okay with your thoughts.
Yeah, it's different, and my butt hurts. So
Yeah,
I'm ready to be done.
I think you did really well considering your butt was in a tizzy. So I got a few more miles. So thanks for riding with me, B.
Yeah, I'll see you at home.
Okay. All right. We dropped off Sam. Now, time for me to finish out my ride, starting with this hellacious hill. You know, it was awesome. After Sam and I's huge climb, we did like a 3,000 foot descent, and it took us an hour. It was so fun. Like, you just don't realize the time going by when you're just having a great descent for a whole hour. But when we got back to the car, I was like a little mentally fatigued, and I was like, man, my brain is just not firing on all cylinders. And it makes sense because we were banging and clanging down the mountain for a whole hour, and I was just focusing on my good lines and trying to keep it sporty. So I'm trying to get my brain back focused on Singletrack and, you know, slower trails. Like, I'm gonna say it, they're a little boring, so I just gotta like settle in and get ready for finishing out the rest of this ride. Tell you what, my brain is tired. I even got a good night's sleep. But still, it's a mental game out here for sure. Trying not to think about the 5 mile climb I have too that finishes out my ride. World's worst spoiler alert. right, so a quick gut check while I'm just hanging out. And like literally a gut check. So when I dropped Sam off of the van, I like sat down for, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, just to like collect myself. And my stomach kind of started churning. Because I really have only been eating like my carb mix from my bottle. And I feel better, fine now that I'm back on my bike. But I'm wondering if the carb mix is just like a little too heavy for me, or like I'm like drowning my stomach in too much sugar. So maybe I'm not drinking enough water, but like when I sat down, my stomach was like, whoa. So that wasn't great. I'm gonna keep an eye on it as I'm like continuing to ride, just to see if like, oh shit, if my condition improves or gets worse. But I do have a lot of water left in my backpack, so I am gonna start trying to up the liquid a little bit more, because we did check the bladder that I have in my pack, and like we've barely touched the water. So I definitely don't think I have been drinking enough water. This is the first time I've been wearing this pack though. So as I was like consuming water, I was like, oh, maybe I'm drinking it all. But it was good to stop and check it. So I'm gonna up the liquid intake in general. And at the bottom of this descent, I'm probably gonna have another quick Whole Food snack. Ooh, this is tight. Yikes. Put it over. Nice, this is cool. Ooh. All right, we're almost to the bottom here. You know, another thing that nobody really talks about when they do these really long rides is like a little bit of component preservation. Like I'm trying to be a little extra mindful of my sidewalls, of my derailleur, you know, my chain, make sure I'm shifting well, because like, dang, it would suck to bust the component out here and like kind of be dead in the water. And I mean, you pack stuff to fix little things, but it's still annoying to have to stop to fix something. So I always kind of ride like 70% whenever I do these big rides, because like I don't want to break my bike and have to cut my ride short. Like I'm doing this for fitness, not for gnar. So, you know, it's always a little bit of a trade-off for sure. But something I always keep in mind, and I don't want to go too slow where I like end up riding poorly, because I definitely do that sometimes. But, you know, slow enough where I can really read my lines. I'm trying not to get stressed out, but I gotta get up there. And I'm all the way down here. Slow and steady, baby. All right, we're closing the gap. I've only got like 2 miles left. I did drink all my water. So that was good, I guess. I upped the liquid intake, but now I'm ready for a big drink when I get to the car. It's really hot out here. We did it. Another big ride in the books. This one was, what did we get here? 4 hours, 30 miles, about 4,800 feet. It was a good ride. It was a lot of road. I ended up climbing, I think like 100% of the road from the bottom to the top of the mountain when it was all said and done. So I think next time I would like to do a little bit more single track, because the exposure on the road was horrible. It was just like grindy, and you know, all you are is stuck with your thoughts. So that was pretty brutal, but I feel pretty good. But it was super hot and I ran out of water just like probably 20 minutes before the end. So it wasn't too bad, but I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to get some water at the end. So I had this pack on, which had about 64 liters in there. And between me and Sam, we ended up drinking it all, but I probably had, you know, at least 50 of those liters. So, but I mean, when it's so hot like this, when you're out for four and a half hours, you got to really check your fluid levels. But the carb mix ended up working out. My stomach was fine the rest of the ride, and I actually finished up that whole bottle. But again, this ride was pretty much 100% liquid calories. I had a peanut butter Nutella tortilla, but it just didn't sound good to me at any point. So I still got to figure that out. I think I want to put some more salty things, excuse me, in my pack. Just have a little bit more variety, but good ride. I tell you, I'm feeling pretty bonked right now though, so I'm gonna go get some recovery done. But thanks for coming along and suffering with me. We'll catch you on the next one.